Warning, the views expressed in this video are purely satire. No one in this video believes what was discussed. Bad Idea PowerPoints is created for the sake of entertainment only.
What the fuck is up, YouTube? My pants are up. My dick is dry. What the fuck are we gonna do about it? My name is Israel Cardosa, for all who don't know. Welcome back to week 2 of Bad Idea PowerPoints. I'm gonna go ahead and let my co-host Sharkbait give you a brief breakdown before we get into this.
All right, thanks for the segue. Hi, everybody. I'm Sharkbait. Welcome to, as Israel said, week 2 of Bad PowerPoint Ideas. As the reigning champ, I step back. I'm going to let the loser come back in and, try to redeem himself. We have Israeli versus Crush. Rules are pretty simple. Each person will present their bad idea to the panel of judges. You have myself this week as a judge. You have Benny. You want to introduce yourself?
What up? What up? My dick is wet. My pants are down. I'm ready to go.
A lot of gay shit. I'm here for it. And Mariana, would you like to introduce yourself?
Mariano, I'm scared and my hair is not purple.
All right.
All right. Without further ado, as we have decided, we are going to let the loser of last week try to redeem himself, and then we'll move into Crush's presentation. The judges will decide at the end. Before the decision is made, questions will be asked, and then a final vote will go in, and we will crown our winner for this week.
All right, bet. Let's get into this. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Let me figure out how to fuck to do that. Here we go. Everybody see that?
Yes, sir. I see rule of dick.
All right. So let me just pull up my script and let's get into this. All right. So first slide. Rule of dick. You've heard of rule of thumb. Get ready for rule of dick. So I picked this quote because it really frames the discussion. I'm gonna go ahead and read it for you now.
What the absolute fuck is this?
What the fuck is about to happen, bro?
Let a woman learn quietly with submissiveness. I do not permit a woman to teach or to exercise authority over a man. Rather, she is to remain quiet. For Adam was formed first, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman was deceived and became a transgressor. Alright, so here's a little bit of background. The phrase rule of thumb has an origin steeped in mystery. Allegedly, in 1782, English judge Sir Francis Buller was ridiculed for stating that beating your wife was okay, as long as the husband used a stick no longer than a man's thumb. Or no wider, rather. No thicker than a man's thumb. So you may be asking, where am I going with all this? You should be able to beat your wife with something the size of your cock.
Oh my fucking god, bro.
Now, gentlemen, please hold your applause.
How?
Gentlemen,
I'm
please.
not going to be able to do much with a 2-inch stick, dog.
Yeah, so that is directly addressed. We're going to have some tough conversations. Not all men are created equal. Beating your wife is a big dick man's game. If you're not swinging something that's going to give a bitch a black eye, I would seriously consider choosing your next move wisely. So here's a video.
And some of y'all dick so small, y'all don't need to say shit. Just hand a bitch a note. Oh, you was looking for me.
Oh my god.
So now this brings me to my next point, which would be some stats. Approximately 1 in 4 heterosexual women experience domestic abuse in their lifetime. This encompasses a range of behaviors, including physical abuse, emotional or verbal abuse. I propose that my solution would cut the number down to 5%. Imagine if you had to check yourself before you wrecked yourself. So there's also some economic benefits. We would immediately begin shipping blunt instruments the second this bill is enacted. That means more jobs for manufacturing, distribution, and regulation. Here are some proposed models. We have the quarter-inch killer. That's 1 to 4 inches. I would seriously consider lowering your motherfucking tone if that's what you got. Then we have the womanizer. This size is going to leave. It's not going to leave too many marks, but it will definitely help with women who have a listening problem. And then we have the Lady Killer. That's 7.5 and above. This John will have some serious concussive force and will be a game changer in family arguments.
Family arguments.
This is crazy.
There would also be a registration process in matching colors. For the unfortunate quantity, this would come in pink for obvious reasons. The Joe Blow would come in white, once again for obvious reasons. The Chad, that would come in green because you're good to motherfucking go, baby. And then we have the Giga Chad. That one comes in black. I'm not going to elaborate any further on that.
The maths.
So in conclusion, Rule of Dick would reduce domestic violence, empower women and men to know their true value, and create jobs. Thank you for your time and consideration, gentlemen.
I'm clapping if you can't hear it. That was beautiful.
That was a lot.
That was beautiful.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Unlike my
beautiful.
dick.
All right, what do you got for us? What do you got
All
for
right,
us, Ty
guys.
baby?
I need some time to deliberate. Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right. Let me know when everybody's on my stream.
Gotta close Izzy's. There we go.
Good to go.
All right, guys. So first, I have I'm going to start off with a video here. Something very depressing. Something that not Americans see every day. All right. All right, I think that's enough of that. It's a little too depressing for me. World hunger. It's a very real problem. In 2023, roughly 733 million people globally faced world hunger. That's roughly 1/8 of the population. Approximately 2.33 billion people worldwide in the same year faced moderate or severe food insecurity. That's over 1/3 of the population. Half of all child deaths stem from malnutrition, and food costs increase 400% after COVID-19. So, would you gentlemen agree with me that this is a very real problem?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So,
would also say that's a bit, after my joke that had to be censored in the last video, that is a very racially diverse area.
yes. With this being one of the main problems, I have come up with a very brilliant solution, and that is cannibalism.
Let's
All right.
fucking go.
The solution
All
to
right.
world hunger. Welcome to a delicious journey through the words of Crush. People are friends and food. All right.
Yo.
So, the benefits of cannibalism, you guys. Individuals can receive extra nutrition and energy if they use members of their own species as a food source. This increases survival rate
Typo
and provide an
detected,
evolutionary...
opinion rejected.
Yes. Well, increase survival rate of and provide an evolutionary advantage where food is scarce. You also get new nutritional benefits from a con-specific diet, which means meat allow for more efficient conversion into reusable resources than having a verbally herbaceous diet. You have to burn more energy. This also helps with overpopulation, lowers crowding effects. The elimination of competition can also increase mating opportunities. I know it's kind of hard for a lot of us to get it in every once in a while, so imagine having more men, or less men, right? This can also help build immunities if we eat the sick ones.
Yeah, dude, your girl's cheating, you just eat the dude.
Exactly. So some real world applications, right? It's a great solution for pedophiles and rapists, right? Death row inmates now have a purpose in life. Aborted
Jesus
fetuses
Christ.
are also a really good source of adrenochrome and stem cells. And it's a humane way of euthanization for the elderly and suicidal.
Oh my fucking god.
So, now, down to funding and costs. What is this going to cost us? Great news. There is absolutely no funding required because people are readily available constantly. There is no shortage on the human population. All it takes is for processing plants to be able to legally process human meat. Right? Now, some environmental impact reduction here, right? So fewer animals, more corpses means a lower methane emission. This reduces food miles, so because dinner could be your neighbor, right?
Oh my fucking god.
Human-based protein also requires zero deforestation and cows. 1,800 gallons of water per pound, while humans are already hydrated. Ain't that crazy? Now, job creation and economic growth, all right? Some new career paths are like harvesting technicians, post-mortem protein brokers, ethical sourcing consultants, all right? This also some economic growth. This boosts the funeral economy. Why bury when you can benefit? You know, this is a bulletproof solution. We will always need food, and life and death is a constant. Just like the need for funeral homes and hospitals, we are hoping the inevitable. And the terminally ill and suicidal now have a safe and meaningful alternative. They can feed everybody else. So, projections, right? By 2030, we want to eliminate 50% of the global world food scarcity, and by 2040, we want food scarcity to be at an unreadable level. We have strong confidence that we can hit these bold goals with your help. Pedophilia and rape cases to be in an all-time low, because with a bigger reporting rate due to the consequences of committing such crimes, and death row inmates have a higher level of happiness knowing they will be contributing to an amazing cause. This is projected to add about $32 billion to the GDP by 2030. So, how can you help? Just vote yes to the processing of human meat for consumption. There are no explicit laws at all prohibiting cannibalism specifically, just bylaws on other things like desecration of a corpse, murder, and all those other bullshit reasons. If we act in our legislature right now, then we can have food readily available for all over the world, truly bringing an end to world hunger. And I do have some sources to cite here for you guys, just in case y'all were wondering about where I got all of these real facts from.
Oh my god!
My
man cited his sources.
Holy shit!
Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
You're in trouble, dog.
That was fucking phenomenal. All right, we're gonna give this one up to the judges. We're gonna go in order. Let's go ahead and start with let's start with Benny Men.
In my eyes, dog, my jaw is still on the floor. I'm still processing that last one a little bit.
Well, do you have any questions?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of right now. Can I yield my time for now?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go ahead and open it up to questions.
If I may.
Go ahead.
I have a question for for world hunger, right?
Yes.
And
Go for it.
advocates for cannibalism.
Okay.
If it were to be approved, would it be free range, like eat whatever, or would we start at hospitals, jails, mental institutions? Is there a hierarchy in which we could start from, or is it free range?
This is actually where we kind of actually have a partnership going right now with the Purge movement. All right.
I was just thinking that.
You know that one day a year, right? That 24 hours is crime free, so you can murder and kill anybody. You know what I mean?
Favorite holiday.
Yeah, so we're actually going with the Purge movement right now to try to open that up to at least once a week. Because then we will have an endless supply of food. We are also making moves into the we're also making moves into the ranching industry, to where people actually have a choice, right? To be on these pastures and these farmhouses and being able to really enjoy life on the pastures before getting absolutely obliterated in the slaughterhouse.
Sounds wonderful. Are you also working like selling tours, like selling excursions so people can prepare and, go hunting on that special day of the week, or something yet to explore?
Yes. So the end goal of this whole business is not only just to provide cannibalism, but also to provide tools for cannibalism. So butchering knives, bone knives, maybe guns and ammo, just in case you have your own ranch with your own pasture humans, or slaves, if you might call them. This also, we're also going into human flavoring. So we have yellow flavor, we have black flavor.
No fucking way.
We have plenty of other flavors. So we're trying to break into a few different industries. This is going to encompass a whole region of items, more or less just the cannibalism part.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you.
I have one question. I've already reached my ruling. So my only issue with the purge thing, right? How long does human meat keep in a freezer?
Freezer, it's like venison or like chicken or beef or anything else. You know, you store it just the same. Meat is meat. As long as you keep it below freezing temperatures, there is no places for bacteria or any type of contaminants to grow on the meat.
I've heard enough. Blessed be our new founding fathers for letting us purge and cleanse our souls. Blessed be America, a nation reborn. Izzy,
Amen.
It's over, bro.
All right, so hold on. Before you make your final decision, I have a few questions for both gentlemen.
Okay.
If I'm allowed.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I've come up with a few questions for each of you. First, a huge issue I know with economics and our quote-unquote war on drugs in the United States of America, there is a huge black market. Now, I would like to hear from each of you, because both industries will eventually have some type of black market. How would we go ahead and combat that? And again, I have my worries because the quote-unquote war on drugs in America doesn't seem to be very effective. How would you guys combat that?
Can you rephrase that question one more time? I don't think I necessarily caught the full encompassment.
Yeah, can you just say it in fucking English for me?
How would you guys combat like black markets?
Okay. Would you like to go first, Mr. Cordosa, or would you allow me?
I'd like to jump in there. So, like I said, there's a registration, bro, and your things are color coded. You know what I mean? There's a legal registration, so there will be strict consequences for acting outside of your right size. You know what I'm saying? I think most of us kind of already operate within those bounds anyways. It would just be a free reign for me to beat the shit out of my wife. But...
All right. Is that all? Is it all from you, Mr. Cardoso, or can I jump in here real quick?
Yeah, no, that's all I got.
Okay. So the way that I would combat the black market is that there will be no black market for my product. For example, the only reason why the black market exists for drugs and everything else is because A, it's illegal, right? And B, because black market prices are usually unbeatable in the current market. And so the way that we combat that is A, keeping human meat relatively cheap, if not readily available for any person out there. And B, we are going. It's free range. You have neighbors, you have friends, you have family, you have sons, daughters, moms, pops. You know what I mean? And all of these people can definitely. Let's just say my stomach is rated E for everybody. All right. So there is no
crazy.
There is no black market for my product because I am the black market technically.
Okay, understood. So this question is for Mr. Cardoza. How would we empower the men to utilize this system in the 1 inch to 4 inch category?
Well, that's precisely the point of the 1 inch to the 4 inch category. Is maybe you should just reconsider how lucky you are to be there. I rest my case.
So, an extension to that question, have you seen the movie The Hangover?
I have not.
Okay. Well, so I see that there have been men that are left out, which would be considered the micro penis category.
Yeah.
How would you handle the men with micro penises?
Yeah, I'm not saying we should beat our wives. I'm just saying if you have it like that, you should probably be allowed to.
Okay. Gotcha. For Mr. Crush.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
So the phrase "you are what you eat" comes to mind during your presentation.
Of course.
In that case, would that make me a pedophile?
No, that would just make you.
Good.
That would just make you a human. Look at.
Well, actually, no. I'm with this. You go after the pedos first.
So check this out, right? You have specific types of sorted meat, right? So say you have dead children, right? That right there is also a classification for a pedophile to have food, right? Now you can also source your own meat as well. We actually have a little brochures on the person that you're eating, how they live their life and everything, so you can actually pick what meat you get.
You get a baseball card.
Yeah, basically, we call it a humanitarian brochure. Okay.
Listen, on top of that, it's going to help with crime in our cities because
absolutely
everyone knows dark meat just tastes better.
Exactly. Way more juicy.
Jesus Christ.
Now, to pass this through legislation, I know my previous presentation caused a bit of question. Would you be willing to throw your piece of legislation in a omnibus with the child labor laws and just get that bitch pushed through?
I definitely think that could be mutually beneficial. Because everybody will be getting eaten all the time, we're going to have to continue to repopulate, which means gaining children, right? B, say if they were at work and say little Timmy sticks his hand in the in the baler, right? Now we also have a fresh piece of meat for food as well. So yes, I do think that we can piggyback on that.
Little bit of carryover from the previous winner.
Yes,
Mystery Meat Fridays. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Exactly.
Go watch that video.
We have meat that encompasses everything. So, and even then, pedophilia and child pornography might go down because you can, order penis to eat. You know what I mean? So it all just kind of depends on the way that you.
Yo, what the fuck, dude?
There needs to be a protected class because we don't want to harm little Timmy that makes 3 iPhones a day.
Absolutely no.
So,
I'm not. I do not. I do not support. I do not support anything that has to do with harming children. I'm just saying that in the event that it happens, we have food.
Yo, Jesus fucking Christ!
Another point I have to make about this is
Cardoza, you're getting crushed.
I'm a very large advocate for the Second Amendment.
Yes.
Purely due to the case where government becomes tyrannical, right?
Of course.
I think it's gonna dissuade a lot of people from government corruption if we just fucking eat Joe Biden in public.
So check this out, right? We consider that like our human A5 Wagyu. Right, they have been seasoned. They have been well taken care of. They're a higher class. They eat nothing but healthy foods, or they only eat high-end foods, and so that would be considered in comparison to a Cali or Japanese A5 Kobe beef.
So, all right, with that, where would Donald Trump fall in? Because I know his diet is strictly McDonald's and Diet Coke.
He would fall into the pedophile range.
Yeah, we can eat that.
Oh, zing!
We're gonna take more than just the ear this time.
Jesus Christ! Welcome to the watch list, boys. All right. Any other questions?
No, I concede all questions. That was very interesting.
All
Blessed
right.
be our founding fathers.
How about Mariana? You have any questions?
I guess I'll just prepare in case anyone decides to knock at my door.
Okay,
hey, that's what the Second Amendment's for, baby. Let's go.
Hey, and then you have food.
Our next vote would be shark bait. What's your final verdict?
So, as a final verdict, putting into consideration both PowerPoints, I see that there was a lot of research done. Definitely an uptick in quality with Cardoza. But I have to say the cannibalism rights definitely made a more convincing argument. Definitely with less voices, I think, bitching about it based off of our current climate. I definitely think that cannibalism would be a easier route compared to the feminazis that we'd have to deal with. So
I agree.
Real quick, you wouldn't
my
have to
final
deal with
vote.
shit. You just smack her with your fucking government-issued dildo.
Well,
That's-
unfortunately, I don't think my category is high enough for that. So
That's another reason I'm not rooting for you, Izzy. My shit's gonna be pink, dog.
Ah! I would be running out
I
around
can
with the
see where
green
the
light.
micro
just-
penis
fucking
question
pink.
came from. I can see where the micro penis question came from.
so I'm going to cast my vote for cannibalism.
All right,
Thank you, sir.
that's 2 out of 3, but just for the sake of a fair shake, Mariana, what was your input?
I have to say that I'm very proud of the rule of Dick. I see your progress. I'm very proud. Um, Unfortunately, my vote will have to go to cannibalism.
Thank you.
Yo, I just got
Wow.
fucking slaughtered 2 weeks in a row on my
Crazy.
2 weeks in a row on my own show.
Hey, I voted for you last week. Okay.
On my own show, dude.
So you do understand what this means, right? This means next week Israel's going to have to go again, and I think I'd like to nominate Mariano to present next week against Israel.
I would like to nominate Mariano as well.
Mariano, would you take the nomination?
If you decline, that's okay.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, why not?
All right.
All right, gentlemen. All right, YouTube. Thanks for watching. Eat a dick
I-
from the
I
fucking
have-
back.
I've got one more thing in conclusion. I'm actually going to take some initiative on this. I like it so much. I just posted a picture into general. That's what I'm going to use to eat my neighbor.
My man.
I love that.
Let's pop
I
it open.
love that.
Oh my
Let's
god.
see what we got, chat.
That was sitting on my desk for the
It's
entire
hard.
presentation.
Okay, Dexter.
All right, gents. All right. Oh yeah. Just does somebody else want to take us out? You just gotta, tell them to eat a dick from the back.
Eat a fucking dick from the back.
All right.
YouTube.
Suck up, fella.